Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Zay, the resident Digimon expert here on the TCG Cast channel. And today we have a special video for you guys. So, you might have seen recently there was a Digi Battle video that we had where Yellow Ragna took on Security Control. Now, Yellow Ragna is one of my good friend's favorite deck of choice. And he is graciously enough has done a deck profile for you guys just to showcase how fun and how awesome this deck is. So, without further ado, I'll let my friend Tyler Bowen take it away from here. Oh, but before he goes on with this deck profile, roll the intro!
Alright, welcome to the deck profile of the infamous Yellow Ragna that no one will ever play but me. So, enjoy. We'll start off with, we got our little babies here. Just your regular old Pulsemon. Pretty simple. We're going to be trying to get as much out as possible on the board. Doesn't always happen, but when it does, it becomes quite useful. So, I got myself 10 level 3s. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10 level 3s. Start off, I got 4 copies of Labramon. Pretty simple. Just try and get as many cards as possible in hand. Always quite useful. Then next up we got 3 copies of Starmon. Pretty simple as far as what we're going for. We're going to be trying to DP reduce as much as possible. Doesn't happen too often, but when it does, again, another useful card. And then the surprise one that I've found working in some funny situations, we've got the new BT6 Pulsemon here. I don't use its ability too often, but it's quite useful whenever I get to 3 security for that jamming, because for some reason whenever I attack with a Digimon, it's always seeming to die immediately no matter how high I have its DP at. So if I can manage to save it somehow, I'll do it that way. Right. Get rid of the level 3s here. And let's move on to our level 4s. Level 4s, we're going to have again 10 of our level 4s. First off, we're going to start with 3 copies of Ankylomon. Ankylomon, easy, just multiple ways to get it out. Saves us the trouble sometimes if it's caught up in security, and it'll work out pretty well with helping us sustain our security in case of an emergency as well. So, next up, Pulsemon. He's, every time I've attacked with him, he's checked 2 security, so I mean, if I can be able to do that and keep him on the board, even bigger win. But if he dies after the second one, still does his job. Then, obviously, last 4 are going to be the Pulsemon blocker. 4 copies of that, pretty standard. Yeah, not much else to say on that one. So. Alright, now moving on to the level 5s. This is where it gets kind of interesting, but sort of predictable at the same time. So right now there's only 2 Digimon really that are able to digivolve from yellow and turn into red. And that would be, first off, 4 copies of the Rise Greymon from BT4. Very, very solid. Always seeming to have a tamer in hand whenever I am bringing him out, so I can digiburst, get a tamer out for free. Always helps whenever you can do that. Yeah, sometimes you may lose something that you want underneath, but for the price of a free tamer, can't beat it. Then going with 2 copies of Sylphimon, and that'll give us six copies of a Digimon that we can actually evolve in this deck to level 5. Pretty useful for dealing with those pesky Mechanorimon and blockers that get in our way. So just throw a couple copies in there to help get rid of those possibly. And then the hard play surprise Skull Greymon from BT1. It's come in pretty handy several times in games whenever I just don't have anything else in hand that will get me out of a pinch. I can get rid of a blocker that's quite annoying, especially if they are a level 6. It helps getting rid of those bigger blockers as well. So multiple uses there. Not much else in terms of usability for Skull Greymon, unless you're just in an emergency and you have to throw something down. Alright, and finally moving on to our Megas. Now, level 6, I'm taking a little bit of a different approach. I'm going to be starting off with 3 copies of the Blitz Greymon. So, the thing that I learned probably the most that I hate from this whole time in BT5 was Lord Nightmon. Like, you get so much power from having so many people out on the board, and for barely any cost, really. All you gotta do is attack. So, if you can't beat over them, you might as well de-digivolve them. So, that's the main real reason for Blitz Greymon. Get rid of that pesky Lord Knight, or any other Digimon that's just ahead of you, or whatever else you may need it for. Get rid of a blocker. Just good utility. So 3 of that, and then obviously since we're playing Ragnalord, gotta have 4 copies of Bryway. No other way past it. Bryway's just really probably more, I would say, more useful than the other level 6 for Ragna. So, because who doesn't like a 14k blocker? Alright. And finally, we got the main man himself, Ragnalord. Pretty simple. Play him. Kill. Probably die on the first one to an antibody, and then cry your dreams away. But you will still have fun if it does not get killed on that first security check for some reason. And then comes to our Tamers. Usually I want to run about 5 of these, but in this deck I've sort of changed it up from the past and am only running 3 of the yellow TK from all other decks that have played mostly yellow. It's kind of a must in these decks, so no other real reason behind that. Then finally on to the option cards. starting off, we're going to be playing 2 copies of the Tactical Retreat. Works well if it's in your security, but also if you have if you bring it to hand, can possibly save you. Especially is good whenever you have the Ankylomon out. Just be able to heal one, and then next time they attack, you get your guy right back. So can't beat getting a free person, getting a free heal, and a free Digimon back on the field once they attack. So it's pretty good for an emergency type situations. But which leads to my next fun card, which is the brand new from Double Diamond, Reinforcing Memory Boost. My gosh, did they make a nice card for yellow, even though yellow's already been getting a lot of attention from Lord Knight. I think that they made it even more annoying with this card, because who doesn't love depressing their opponent so hard by revealing a kill anything type option card and putting it straight into the security for them to hit. And I don't know how many times this card has just saved my game, but yeah, this is probably one of the better options that I've seen so far. I don't know many other options that I would say I want or I must have in this deck, in a deck anyways. So moving on, we're going to the final option card, which is 3 copies of Wyvern's Breath. Wyvern's Breath probably is now the top card to have as far as controlling and just getting rid of something on the board. Gaia Force is nice, but Gaia Force and Cocytus Breath are good cards, but whenever you're facing a Blitz Omni, it's kind of annoying that you just spent 8 memory trying to get rid of it just to watch it destroy your entire team. So Wyvern's Breath for that DP reduction, which can't be cancelled out by Blitz Omni. Nice. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope y'all come up with your own unique ideas, or even try this one out. So have a good day.